All right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening. It's a quick voice note, like I always want to do. I want to quickly update you on where we stand in terms of your grading for UGRC150, even though we are still in our industrial action. I think we've had some leeways here and there to be able to give those who have to graduate the opportunity to, and they have courses that they've taken, the opportunity to get their processes worked through. So some way, somehow, there's been some few exemptions here and there, and we got one. So your results for UGRC 150, given the numbers we are dealing with, and the several groups of people we may have amongst you who do not have to be unnecessarily dealt with wrongly, okay? We wouldn't have much time to wait. And so we got that leeway. Now, so all campuses, please, if you're a special student with hearing impairment, you are one of the reasons why we put these in pictures as well, so that you can still, to a large extent, benefit. Okay, so we are doing UGRC 150, and I'm highlighting just for your sakes also. See, all results. I teach other courses, so I like to stress it when I send videos. I'm referencing UGRC 150, critical thinking and practical reasoning. This is notice to you, all students of all groups of all campuses that took your exam, the just ended semester, second semester, whether regular exam or supplementary. All results have been uploaded onto the MIS, and therefore, if you have proper registration for the course, that is, if you had the course on your academic record form at the time you took the exam, not after you take the exam. Registrations are done before. So if you had it then with that, the NA showing at the result place, then currently, if you went to the academic record form online on your academic record form on the MIS, okay, then you should see your end grade for the course in question, and not another course that I teach. I've spoken specifically to those courses. If their uploads were done already, they know. If they are yet to be done, they know. I don't remember if I have any outstanding, but this is for UGRC 1. So all courses, all campus, distance education, city campus, main campus, and for all these campuses, the exams were either regular second semester exam or a supplementary research exam. And we have worked hard as a team to ensure that all those results are uploaded. Insofar as for the regular exams, you took the end of semester exam. If you didn't take the end of semester exam, as I earlier intimated, then we did not upload your result because it would have been a straight reset for you, given the circumstances and what have you. We got that opportunity also as a coordinating team to exempt such uploads. Otherwise, you only have to fail it and reset. But if you worked at it and you got a fail, then you would see your fail there. Okay, so that is point one. Point two, I want to stress this for UGRC 150 students who took continuous assessment exercises. You took an interim assessment and then a final exam. That what was very key to your final computation, the key word here is key. Okay, what was important to determine the grade that you had substantively was your interim assessment and your final exam, both of which you came to campus, main campus and city campus students. You came to campus, went to the ICT centers at the time you were given, and then you were supervised and you gave your answers to those questions, constituting 80% of the 100 that you needed in the course. Those marks that you earned were key to determining the grade you earned. And I'm sure that that is clear enough, so that the off-site assignment and then the forum, which we did, were considered more as what exercises that you were rewarded for what, not so much for what you your output, whether it was a good response or a bad response, but you were rewarded for the participation in those exercises. Okay, so if you got 12/30, say for the IE, and the final exam you got 3/50, then that is what is determining the kind of grade you are earning, really, because the other ones weren't, how do I say it? We didn't demand of you so much, so those ones wouldn't matter much. But if you got even those continuous assessment marks 20/20 and you didn't fare well in the interim assessment, this one, and your final exam, then you'll see that you will still have a reset because of our grading skill. So the real determinant of you're getting an A, B+, a B or a C or a D, or consequently an F, would be how you fared in your interim assessment. That is what we can vouch for, that we supervised you. We know you came to our exam center and answered the questions within the time frame yourself to a large extent. And so that one and the final exam is what we are most focused on in determining whether you have really taken the course and you are able to give a good account of yourself if you were called. And that kind of component is 80%. Right. Now, so how do you work it out? Because you see your results already. Some don't know that. So I don't know. Sometimes some student will call you or send an email mostly and say that, oh, I thought that I'll get a C+, but I'm seeing, maybe, for example, a D and stuff like that. And it is mostly because the student just doesn't know, or sometimes some know, but they misunderstood what the calculations were. Of course, you don't want to babysit those who decided not to know, but it is still okay to help people see why they are standing where they are, even if they should have done so earlier, because communication is clear in this course, on the course outline, throughout the processes with your individual lecturers and then even with the coordinator, yours to be myself. Okay, so how should you compute your over 100? This is clearly given already, but we still want to touch on it. Your IE was 30%, the final exam 50%, making 80%. And assignment 1, the essays you took home and had weeks and weeks to do them and reopened and all that. The assignment 1 was 10%, which was reopened later as a mop-up for those who had not taken it, or those who took the earlier one but didn't do well, and so thought they should take it again, or those who just enjoyed the course, so wanted to take it again and all that. So assignment 1 was 10%, and the forum question, the same thing, also reopened. Some had different excuses, and so you will see that we have been extremely liberal with the assignment 1 and the forum. It was almost automatic for most of you, just so that you don't have excuses. Because if both were even given out, it's 20, and 20 doesn't end your pass mark. Okay, so your real determinant, the real determinant of whether you made an A, a B+, a B, or whatever, was how you fared in your IE in your final exam. Okay, whether you were a late registrant, you came in late, and so when you came, they had missed all the whatever assignment 1 and 2. They don't matter, because they could have been given to you. Everyone. Now, how did you fare in your IE? If you got 3/30 in the IE, and the final exam you got 12, that's 15. You add 15 to 20, it's 45. Hey, it's 35, right? It's a reset. So I don't want people, thinking that it's because I missed the assignment 1, and then they didn't give us the notice and whatever, and the people registering me took a long time. It is not an excuse, because as for the interim assessment, was taken way after all registrations had gone on, and every student who legitimately went to the center was supervised by the university system. You see that you sat there, you wrote your IA, you got your mark and stepped out. Then the final exam the same way. And so the mark over 80 is what you may want to add whatever you earned in the continuous assessment mark of 20 to see how you fared. Okay? And that takes us to the fourth point I want to talk about. Compare the total mark you got to 100 with the grade you have earned before you send any query. I don't want to receive hundreds of queries that have already been addressed. That's what I'm talking. I would have written a very elaborate announcement in writing and send it. The only disadvantage would be my special student who, have an impairment of a kind may not be able to read. Okay, so now there's a visual, and then I'm making an effort at what the audio as well. But more so, even where it is that clearly written down and there is no special, need at all, people would have misread it. So I'm speaking. Before you send any query, please, my assignment 2 has done this. Please, I didn't get a C. You gave me C. Please, I got a D. I gave you should make sure you know the university's grading scale. So I want to help you with that. The general performance was okay, but you always have one or two people who are not satisfied. They think so. You want to help them see what you see there. Okay. So the grading scale is if you worked your 0.3 and then you totaled your mark for the 4 categories, assignment 1, 10, 4, 10. Insofar as you participated, you would have that mark there. Then you add what you earned in your interim assessment over 30 for the 20. Okay. Then you add what you earned in your over 100 to the other one. Okay. Then you total. If you total it and you got anything from 80 and above, it's an A. So if the lecturer and the examiner, yours truly, entered your 81, for example, in the system, you, the student, will see A, because the system will compare, interpret that as an A. If you got, let's say, the total was 69, if you put the 69 there, you see a C plus, and so on and so forth. Anything from 0 to 44. So someone got 1, they will get an F. Someone got 43, they will get an F. That's how the university's grading scale is. It is not someone's interpretation. Okay. Then if someone earned between 40 and 40, 45 or 49, as you see on the screen now, that is an E for Emmanuel, which would normally have been a weak pass. When I say a weak pass, it is an acceptable pass for certain departmental courses, but not for the UGRCs. For all UGRCs, an E is also a receipt. So anyone earning 0 all the way to 49, you will have to retake the course again. I don't think I saw many of such because of the posturing of the examining team and our understanding of the various dynamics that go into team taught course, and the numbers and all that. But just in case you found yourself with a 45 or a 49, you have to re-register for the course and take it again, else you will not graduate. But aside that, I think that we are glad we had our time with you. We ask that you let the critical thinking skills and tools and methods that you have gone through. We don't want to say you have studied as in you just come to upload information into your brains and that's all. No, but it is a practice. So we want you to take these skills. That is the foremost habit, okay, to your disciplines, to your engagements, to the way you are reasoning about matters causally and analytically. If you are evaluating and you are trying to diagnose the possible reasons why things are the way they are, from health to politics to law to culture to religion, then your critical thinking skills should come to play. And that is what is of utmost important to some of us, even though your grade is equally important. And that is why you would see that there's a generally very good performance. I wish you all very well. Send your queries as always to the email that has attended to your queries. This will go public, so we want to avoid too many emails. But if you're a student of the course on Sakai, you know the email to send your queries to, and Dr. Nancy House for you, at least for the next year or two. God will address them for you. Wish you well, a wonderful, wonderful semester. End of semester, end of year, and then hopefully the strike will end soon. Then we can have a good year ahead. Take care and all the best.